Hello and welcome to 100 Yards of Football Sports Talk Radio. I'm your producer, Jeremiah Long, and joining me for our NFL draft prospect, Ed Ingram, the offensive guard from LSU, is our dynamic, incredible, knowledgeable host, Mr. Logan Landers. How's it going, man?
Hey, what's going on, Jeremiah? NFL draft is approaching, right? We got the Super Bowl in a few short days. Can't wait for that. But after that, all of the attention for the NFL goes to free agency and goes to the NFL draft, which we have been covering for quite a while now, right? Since probably in the fall. So we've been having a ton of amazing draft prospects on the show, talking with a lot of great people, right? 12-year NFL vet Bobby Butler. Our guy, Mr. Football, Vincent Turner, our great friend, right, former NFL draft scout for the Jets, Mr. Daniel Kelly. We've been bringing down a ton of draft prospects in 2021, going in 2022, right? And we got another one here today, right, with Ed Ingram, the offensive guard out of LSU. Go Tigers. And we will see where this young man heads up in the NFL. I can't wait to talk more about him in just a minute.
Absolutely. These draft prospect specials are some of my favorite to bring you. And this is one of our favorite times of the year, too, right before the big game. It's almost Super Sunday. And as always, you can always bet online, from odds and scores and totals and player performance props to where the next fired coach is going to land. BetOnline is the number one spot for all things NFL betting. And it's not just football. They do basketball, hockey, boxing, UFC odds. It's the best in the business. So head to BetOnline today or use your mobile device to sign up and receive 50% welcome bonus from your first deposit using our code BELIEVE, BLEAV, to get started. It's the fastest way to get started on sports betting. Bet online, where the game starts. Well, Mr. Logan Landers, please tell us about Ed Ingram, the offensive guard from LSU. What can we expect from this young man?
So, like I said, Ed Ingram, right, a big guy, 6'3", 317 is what he's listed at. And, played with the LSU Tigers for a couple of seasons, came out of DeSoto High School in DeSoto, Texas. His senior year, he's coming out, right, and he's going to go to the NFL. Looking back at his career, right, one of the top offensive linemen in Texas back in high school. He was rated very high as a four-star prospect going into his college career. Listed as the number one rated offensive guard in the country per our guys over at 24/7 Sports, and the number 3 overall prospect in Texas back in 2017, 16-17. So had a lot of hype around him, right? His first season, his freshman year, he saw some action, right, in all 13 games. Starting in the final 12 games of the year, over 700 total snaps, played in every snap in 8 games at right guard. And he also had a couple of knockdowns, right? Was able to get some guys, flatten them out, lay them down, get some pancakes in a bunch of games. Helped pave the way for a good running game, right? Darius Geis ran for a lot of yards that year, helped him get those. And had a couple, like I say, he's great at knocking guys down, right? That's what he's known for. Big guy, throws them on the ground, and is just able to just control the offensive line and played a lot of games, right? Especially in his freshman year. But that came to a screeching halt. In his sophomore year, he did not play in a single game because he was arrested in that offseason. So due to that, they decided, you got in trouble. You're not going to be able to play this upcoming season. So his sophomore year, right, his next year on campus was, he didn't play. So he came back, though, right? He got all that cleared up. He did have a redshirt sophomore year in 2019. Played at the left guard, right? Rejoined the team on September 20th after setting out all of 2018, like I mentioned. Played in 12 games with 2 starts, right? So he did have to work his way back into the lineup. But he did play left guard also in a couple of snaps. Like I say, he's still trying to get fresh, right? He didn't play at all in 18, so he still had to get back in kind of the groove of things 2019. Helped out Clyde Edwards-Helaire, right, the dynamic running back, get a lot of yards, and also protect his quarterback, right? Heisman Trophy winner Joe Burrow, who's now trying to get the Bengals to a Super Bowl. So big shout out to Ed Ingram there for putting in the good work in there. In 2020, his junior season, played 9 games, 9 starts. He missed only the Missouri game with an injury, but he did play in every offensive snap for 6 of those 9 total games. Also against Ole Miss, he played 91 total snaps. And, everyone calls him one of LSU's most consistent linemen throughout that season. Didn't really miss an assignment. Didn't allow many quarterback pressures. Finished the year with a total of 722 snaps, and that's third most among all offensive linemen for LSU that season. So very consistent there. And then also in his 2021 season, right, the one he just started in 11 games in total at left guard, 811 total snaps. Also had Ty Davis Price as his running back. He ran for over 1,000 yards thanks to Ingram getting some blocks for him. Played in every offensive snap in the final 9 games, so that's a big stat there. So he had a streak dating back to starting with Mississippi State in September 25th. He only missed the Arkansas game with an injury though, and was a top key member in this past 2021 season. Right, LSU struggled a little bit as a team, but he was the main price. Right, he was the main key to help out Davis Price. Also, like I said, who helped set a single season game record with 287 yards with 36 carries. So big game for him. Couldn't have done it without Ed Ingram. Like I said, he's had a roller coaster career at LSU, we'll say, right? Started off hot, right? Everyone said that this guy was going to be a star. Gotten some legal issues. But then, like I said, he came back in 2019, 2020, 2021. Seemed to have hopefully gotten all that straightened out and help protect his running back and also help protect his quarterback, which you'd love to see from an offensive guard.
Absolutely. From an offensive guard like that, you got to protect your quarterback. It's so important to always protect yourself, to protect your team. And just like us here at 100 Yards of Football, we also want to protect your privacy too, which is honestly why we use NordVPN. Like NordVPN is a virtual private network. It allows you to install on your mobile device or on your normal computer a browser device that keeps all of your data protected and keeps everything safe online. It's really important. Plus, you can use your NordVPN everywhere. They've got unlimited bandwidth, and their plans start for less than $4 a month. You can grab an exclusive NordVPN deal by going to nordvpn.com/believe. BLEAV, and Believe is our podcast network of choice. They're the ones who sponsor us and bring us our podcast every single week. So we're so thankful to them, and we're so thankful for NordVPN for keeping us safe online. So you can go on there and you get up to 70% off your NordVPN plan plus an additional month for free, and you've got 30 days of risk-free service to see if it's really a fit for you and see if you feel safe online when you're using it. So, Mr. Logan Landers, what is your final word on Ed Ingram, the offensive guard from LSU?
You're going to get a guy, right, who started 4 years in total at LSU for the Tigers, played in 45 games, started in 34 of those, played at both left guard and right guard throughout his starts there. SEC All-Second team in 2021, invited to participate in the Senior Bowl also. Graduated in May of this year, May of 2021 with a degree in sports administration. And like I said, outside of that arrest in 2018, hopefully he's gotten everything cleared up, turned around, and is now looking forward to a bright future in the NFL. A guy who is, probably one of the better pass blockers we've talked about today on the show throughout the offensive guards. Good football IQ, right? Has good feet. The only thing he needs to work on, right? Just a little bit of technique, I would say, in the passing game. Good at the run blocking. Loses a little bit of leverage also sometimes, and it can be late to some snaps. He attacks though. Like I said, he's got great knockdown ability, which you'd love to see. He's great. He's absorbing all of the bull rushers from the defensive line, all the big guys coming at him, and he's able to just kind of stand his ground, protect his quarterback, make some gaps for his running back. A good anchor, right? Able to get guys and push them around. And you're going to get a strong guy. I can't wait to see how he's going to do in the combine for all those strength, like all the offensive guards, right? We're going to see them put up some big numbers. And I think I think that hopefully he's got everything figured out, turned around, ready to pursue his dream as an NFL player. And I think that you're going to get a guy who, like I said, the other offensive guards we talked about, more probably better run blocking suited. And Ingram's done it for both, right? He's had great quarterbacks, had good running backs, and he's done well for all of them. So I think whatever team drafts him, I think they're going to get a great offensive guard. We'll see what he can do at the next level. He's got a lot of strength to him. And I think he's going to have overall a very solid career as an NFL offensive guard, whether it be at right guard, left guard, or wherever they decide to play him. I think Ed Ingram's going to be a good pick in the upcoming 2022 NFL draft.
Absolutely. And I think that you are exactly right. I think that you can bet on that. We are presented by BetOnline. And I am so thankful for these draft specials because every single time that we bring another one like this amazing one with Ed Ingram, we find out that there are incredible players that are coming up through the ranks that will be the next NFL legends. So thank you so much for bringing us that amazing draft prospect, Mr. Logan Landers. Everybody watching, thank you again so much. All of your shares and telling all your friends and family about our show through word of mouth has really helped us to grow. And if you're listening to our podcast, thank you again. We are brought to you by the Believe Podcast Network, which is our amazing podcast sponsor that helps us get our show going every single week. So you can go and listen to our podcast, 100 Yards of Football, anywhere that you listen to podcasts, including over on Spotify, on Apple Podcast, Amazon, Echo Podcast, Overcast, and anywhere that you love to listen to podcasts. Just look up 100 Yards of Football. You'll see our football right there on the 50-yard line. And if you are going over to Apple Podcast, leave us a little message and tell us what you think. It doesn't have to be a long message with a lot of in-depth thing about every single little piece of it. You could just be like, hey, I've been listening to the show, guys. That would be awesome. Leave us just a little message like that. So thank you again, Mr. Logan Landers, our host, for bringing us that NFL draft prospect with Ed Ingram, the offensive guard from LSU. We'll be back with another live episode this evening. I'm your producer, Jeremiah Long. We are presented by BetOnline, and we'll see you on the next podcast.